Some violent crime is down. Homicides are down from 2023 significantly, down again this year compared to last year. Also, some violent crime is down. Why now?
Dropping from a disaster to a crisis isn't success. It's a spin and it's quite delusional. When the law won't act, Trump will. And that's exactly what just happened in DC. You guys gotta check this video out.
This will be federal law enforcement officers making an arrest. How do you envision papering these cases, and are they going to know simple things like where to bring individuals?
Well, I don't think there's any question but that the National Guard being deployed is working with the Metropolitan Police Department to make sure that there will be arrests made that are capable of being prosecuted. I don't see a big difference. Where I do see a difference is in the number of law enforcement officers who are out there and being deployed. That, I think, is the major message. What we're doing right now is we're sending a message to criminals who've been emboldened in this area, who believe that they can get away with crime because they have gotten away with crime.
That right there is exactly it. That's called putting muscle behind the law enforcement, right? There's no more just catch and release for criminals. There's no more you just get out of jail free cards. They had unlimited of those underneath Biden. Now, Judge Janine Trump is making a huge difference.
Because no one has been arresting them, because the superior courts and my office has no jurisdiction over them, because the D.C. Council has literally prevented my office from prosecuting anyone who's 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, even if they shoot you with a gun. I have no authority to arrest them. So this is a dual approach. Today is the beginning. It is the beginning where we're telling criminals, young criminals and older criminals, emboldened by the fact that they are so free to commit crime based upon the non-action by government previously. We're telling them now, we're watching you, we know who you are, and we're going to prosecute you, and we're going to change the laws to make sure you can come within my jurisdiction. Because make no mistake, as a nation's capital, the president has a constitutional obligation to make this area safe. And my job as a U.S. attorney here, in the unusual role of being both the DA and the U.S. attorney, is to fight crime and not allow crime to go to the state attorney general, where those crimes should be prosecuted in my office.
You mentioned sometimes you do speak to Brian Schwab. My understanding is MPD officers have to call Schwab's office when they stop a juvenile. And ultimately, a majority of those cases get no paper. The prosecutors decline. And you've talked about
the family court
in Schwab's office.
Right.
What happened? Does anything change today in terms of your power and ability to go after juveniles?
I think the only thing that changes today is a message that we're coming after you, that we're prosecuting you, that, look, the numbers don't make sense. A lot of the numbers that we're talking about in D.C. don't make sense. And, just recently there was a police officer who was suspended for playing with the crime stats. I think that a lot of people in D.C. are not even reporting quality of life crimes. They're not reporting shoplifting. They're not reporting low-level crimes because they know nothing is happening. I'm here now, and the president is sending a message. We're prosecuting these cases, and we are in the process now of bringing in the juveniles. We are beginning the process. No longer will you be able to get away with beating the hell out of people and then end up in a family court where the purpose is to rehabilitate you by sending you to ice cream socials and yoga. That's nonsense. And everyone in this district.
From ice cream socials to jail cell. That right there is exactly the upgrade that DC needed. And this is what America needed. People in positions of power that's going to put us first, right? That's exactly what's going on here.
Some violent crime is down. Homicides are down from 2023 significantly, down again this year compared to last year. Also, some violent crime is down. Why now?
Why now? Because, it may be down, but the question is always down from what? If we had the fourth largest highest homicide rate in the country 2 years ago, all of a sudden it goes down. People want to pat themselves on the back? No way. Talk to any of the crime victims. I was just at a college a couple weeks ago where I had photos of young kids who were victims of homicides, of shootings, and it.
Dropping from a disaster to a crisis isn't success. It's a spin and it's quite delusional. we shouldn't be accepting it. She's 100% right. That's the type of energy we needed. I just said that.
Happens over and over again. It's not okay because it's down from last year. It's bad. This is the nation's capital. This is a shining city on the hill. We're not going to tolerate it. People are afraid to come to this city.
Yeah.
You mentioned no cash bond today.
Your wires hanging out. Can you flip that back?
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
You mentioned no cash bond today as being a major issue. How does that help with violent crime if that just allows rich people who commit violent crimes to be able to be released?
No, what it means is that if you have several crimes, it doesn't matter how much money you have. And let's be perfectly clear. Cash bail is not just about money. It's about your connection to the community. It is constitutional. It's in the 8th Amendment. It is presumed to be a part of the justice system. And all of a sudden, because of Democrats, people think, oh, there's something inherently wrong with it. They're wrong. When people are committing 7 and 8 crimes and get away with it, and now they're emboldened to commit more crimes and basically saying, come after me, you're not going to do anything to me, then it's time to rethink this cashless bail nonsense. I've been in criminal justice for 3 decades as a prosecutor, a judge, and a DA. I know that the message being sent is one of, don't worry about it, we're not going to hold you.
And right there, guys, Trump is closing that revolving door of that bail. He's shutting that door. If you need 8 times to figure out that crime is wrong, dude, you need to be in that cell, because who knows if you're going to do it the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th time. And now multiple people done lost their life. You done schemed, connived everybody. Come on, man. When is wrong wrong? It seems like these liberals, these Democrats, people are starting to call them out on this BS, and it's getting harder and harder to defend in the media. That's why I got another video dropping with Jake Tapper. Like he's calling out Governor Abbott. They're starting to stand up. Kristen Welker, the woman we don't like, starting to call them out. Caitlin Collins, she's the only one that hasn't switched to the right side. This is how you take back a city. Enforce the law, back the police, and stop treating criminals like victims. Trump's doing what every leader should be doing. You guys got to think about it. When the law fears the criminals, the city always fails. But when the criminals fear the law, the city thrives. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.